Hi guys, so if you watched my last video, it kind of explains the background to the fact that I've moved. I currently can't find my tripod, but I thought it'd be nice to sort of do a speed through of me putting back my books on my shelves. I'm not sure how long it's going to take because I've got books scattered across the globe, it feels, so whenever I get my boxes back and stuff, I'll just, you know, save a few and then do another couple of clips maybe and speed through me chucking some books on my shelves and maybe reorganising it and stuff. So let's see how that goes, eh? Oh my god, I just did it again. So you can tell I'm really rusty at recording. The camera went off and I was like, oh no, is the battery completely gone? So I started filming again and I realised I wasn't pressing record. But this is just briefly what it looks like. It's not going to stay like this most likely. I need to look at my little list when I set up how I wanted it for a while. When I did my last video doing my bookshelves. And I can't remember how it was, so when I get all the books in, just in a while I'll sort it out how I want it and base it off of that. But at the minute this is the TBR shelf. Do you remember that I talked about last time? It's also got my recent reads and some stuff that I need to do videos on. Down there is loosely my middle grade shelf. There is just books that I didn't really know where to put at the minute because I couldn't remember where they belonged before, and some new releases. But right in that corner there is like the Twilight books, and some other stuff will go on that shelf as well. I'm sure I'll update you guys as and when I get my books back, and yeah. So it's on. Okay. Make sure you can see me properly. It's on, recording. Yeah, so you gotta hold it away. Okay. Don't press any buttons. Can you see me properly? Because I know the light sometimes makes it dark. Go over there. What are you doing? That's so I can see myself. Yeah. So how do you know if I'm in shot? Yeah.
What do you want?
Why is it so low? Have it up here. Alright, not too high. Okay. Is it in focus?
No.
You sure?
I think so.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah, do you want it there? Just you want me to pause it and then sing today?
You can't pause it. You just stop recording.
Okay.
What have you done? What have you done?
Took a photo.
No, you didn't. It's recording. What are you chatting? Just don't press any buttons. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Would you like to introduce yourself? No. Okay. Well, my partner is behind the camera. This is so awkward. You're what? What did you say?
Huh? Nothing.
Anyway, I'm continuing with my bookshelf organisation. Would you like to pan across the books in the boxes on the floor? So, I thought I would continue on and do a speed through of opening some of the boxes. I didn't need scissors for that, I guess. And putting them on the shelf. Please don't get closer. You don't need to get closer. Just stay where you are. Thank you. And so, yeah, so let's see what's in this one. Ha ha ha. Fantastic. I know exactly where these go. This is the perfect opportunity. This was previously my first shelf. But things are going to get moved along. So, in case you want to know, I have book specific shelves. So one of them is like some of my favourite authors and that. So these have got my Sarah J Maas books, alright. Okay, I haven't read that one, so that needs to go. I don't know how I did that. And then I've got my Garth Nix books. So I think I put them somewhat in order. Kinda. I think so. And then it's also got Neil Gaiman. And yes, I think that was that first favourites shelf. So I'm going to start popping them on my bookshelf. So, lovely, would you like to follow me on to the bookshelf as I slowly put these on? You've got to make sure you get the bookshelf in it though, not me. You just aim at the bookshelf. Can you see it? Where are you going? You've got to stay there. Okay, stay there. I'm going to cough, I'm going to have a coughing fit. Oh my god, my ribs hurt. Okay, don't move it too much around. I've got my voice. So, I'm going to put these here. Oh god, oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. I don't remember how I had it. That's going to bother me. Okay. And end scene. So this is how the bookshelf is looking now. I'm quite happy with it. I've still got some boxes over there. I think most of those are for they're called living room books, but I've swapped them around. So this shelf used to be in my bedroom. The shelf that used to be in the living room is now in my bedroom. So yeah, this is how it's looking. I don't know if I'll do like another separate book tour at some point, but I'm really happy with how it looks so far. I wanted to do something a bit different with like feature books and things like that, just to spice it up a little bit. I do have a stack of little books I'm going to get rid of, and CDs. I'm probably going to give it to the free free bookshop that's in my local town. There's only a few. Ironically, they're not just giving free books, you can donate books, CDs, DVDs, lots of things actually. So I'll probably do like an unhaul, my first unhaul at some point, and perhaps as I go through some of my other books I will collect them and do a proper unhaul video. Who knows? Cat's getting a little bit scatty. So yeah, this is how it's looking. Later on today I'm hoping to put some of those other books on the shelf in my bedroom, and I'm now out of focus. So I thought, I don't know what that was about, as I am now on my own for the evening, I'll quickly come along and show you guys some of the books I'm unhauling, like what I basically mentioned in the last clip. And I'm thinking of putting the living room, what was the living room shelf books, sorry my phone just went off, into the bookshelf in my bedroom now. So I'll quickly go through the stuff that I'm getting rid of. So I've got Dull Bones by Holly Black. Now this was something that I bought, I think for a cover buy quite a few years ago, and I read it and it wasn't what I was expecting. I recognised Holly Black, I knew she did like the Spiderwick Chronicles books and stuff like that, but I feel like this was the first book I've read for her and I don't know if I've read any more. Even the cover should have told me it was like for middle grade, and I love middle grade, I read a lot of middle grade these days, but I was expecting it to be creepy, and Elsa's gone for this little bit, that bit. Oh crabs. I was expecting it to be well creepy, but it wasn't, and I think because I was expecting it to be something it wasn't, it disappointed me. So I'm going to be putting this aside to get rid of. I don't know if I might try selling some of these. I know I mentioned in the last clip that I'll give it to a free bookstore, but every penny helps, I guess, so perhaps, I don't know, I'll probably put these up on Instagram or something maybe. Then we've got Avril Crump. Now this is by Angela Wolfe, and I wanted to reread this because I remember, I think I got it from a magazine years ago when I used to get magazines from like the corner sweet shop. I don't know what Elsa's eating. Elsa! We've just had an Indian takeaway, and I'm worried that she's picked up something from the floor. So yeah, I read this and I remember at the time not understanding it at all. I can't remember if I gave it a... I think I looked back on Goodreads to see if I rated any of these. Elsa! Stop it! She's scratching the chair, oh my god. And I think I gave it a 3, but I remember being so confused when I read this. I was like, I don't know what's going on. Oh my god, I'm just turning her off now. Elsa! So yeah, I did want to reread it to see if I understood it a bit now. I think it is a children's book, but I didn't get it then, and I'm not too fussed, to be honest. I might as well just get it out of my collection, because as I was putting stuff on I was looking at things and thinking, am I going to read that again? Do I enjoy it? Does it give me a lot of information, a lot of like joy when I think about it and that? And honestly I was well confused, so no. Leave it alone, darling. Good girl. Good girl. Elsa! She's gone for my throat sweets because I've hurt my throat, and she's chucking them all over the place. Anyway, and then this other one I think I'm just going to have to throw because it's got writing all over it. It's the Disney Keepsake Classic Minnie and Friends book by Dalmatian Press, is the company. I've got stickers all over it. It's one of those things where it's a diary entry thing, but it's also a story, so you customise it. Like, this is, cats are my favourite pets, and it's got like a picture of a cat that I drew how many years ago, and I used to write in books like to say when I started them, when I finished them. So I said here, I don't know if you can see that, it says I started on the 2nd of the 12th 2006 and I finished it on the 2nd of the 12th 2006, Saturday the 2nd of November, I don't know, 2006. I think I meant to write I think I meant to write November instead of December. She's now gone for my water. Elsa! But basically I think this is just one I'm going to have to bin. So yeah, there's this one. It's well cute though. It says a personal magical keepsake to share and cherish forever and ever. I realise now I didn't really read the back of these. I don't know. See, I've never done a haul before, so You guys probably don't think I'm doing a very good job because I'm probably not. But this one says, for Dull Bones. My name is Eleanor Kirchner. You can call me the Queen. I died in 1895. Now it's time to play. A chilling ghost story from the best-selling author of the Spiderwick Chronicles. Yeah, there's that one. She's after me. And then for Avril Crump, it was Meet the Wonderful Avril Crump, donut lover, maverick scientist, and creator of the clones Bonaparte, Eddie, and Augustus the Talking Dog. Try it. Read page 43. Warning, this is a whizzy, air-popping, explosive story. Let me read page 43 then. And Eddie makes 3. The smoke in Lab 1 was no longer pea soup thick. The explosions had diminished to feeble popping. It was into the eerily calm atmosphere that Avril and the clones stepped hand in hand. There was something in the middle of the room. It could have been someone, but it was still quite hard to make anything out. Perhaps it was Dr. Weatherby. Avril peered through the wisps of smoke. "Whoa," she said. "This smoke is toxic stuff. It's making me think I can see a dog down there on the floor." "Woof woof," came a sarcastic voice. "By thunder!" The tall, spindly clone's face glowed white. A talking dog, sprawled comfortably on the floor, propping itself up on Uncle Edgar's overturned chemistry set. With a paw supporting its head lay a medium-sized, floppy-eared, mud-brown dog. There was no two ways about it. It was canine, and it spoke. Guess that's the way to lure people in, see if you like it, but here's that. Anyway, back to this one now. I wrote random crap in it, really. So I wrote something about Minnie Mouse. I said, guess the picture, then read the word next to it. And it's stickers of Minnie Mouse, basically, in the spaces that I'm supposed to guess the word. So Minnie was going for a little, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, it's roller skate. Oh, because she's wearing roller skate. Okay, that is harder than I thought. In the park, one beautiful sunny day. There she thought she would go to the beach that afternoon. She went home and she got into her tennis outfit to play with the machine on one afternoon rain. Wait, when it got to the afternoon, it started to rain. You know what? I'm just gonna leave this here. This is gonna have to go in the bin. Anyway, I've also got Emily Winsnap, A Tangle of Tales by Liz Kessler. Now this one was a little bit more difficult for me to get rid of because I remember such fond thoughts about this. I really did enjoy this when I read this years and years ago. It's 3 in 1, and I actually intended to collect the other books and give them a read and stuff, and I just never got into it, and then I grew out of it. It is a mermaid sort of fantasy story. Again, middle grade. This is books that I read when I was younger. So it includes The Tale of Emily Winsnap, Emily Winsnap and the Monster from the Deep, and Emily Winsnap and the Castle in the Mist. And it is a lovely collection. Nice sturdy book. So I'll read you the blurb for the first book so you can get an idea of what the story is about generally. So it says, Emily Winsnap lives on a boat, yet her mother seems oddly anxious to keep her away from the water. When she's finally allowed to have swimming lessons, Emily makes a startling discovery. She has a tail. So even to this day, I love all things mermaid and magical like that. So I definitely recommend this for if you have like younger children, or even if you enjoy reading children's books, middle grade books, that sort of thing. Maybe give this a go. Then I got this one. It was actually one of my mum's books. She had started a bit of it, but I don't think she ever really picked it back up. I think it was loaned to her from a friend, and then it just kind of didn't get back to her. And I was going to read it, but I'm really not interested, to be fair. So it's Oprah Winfrey, The Real Story by George Mayer. I'm not that fussed about Oprah Winfrey. Like, I don't really follow her like TV show or anything like that. But it says, whatever her missteps and stumbles along the way, the journey of Oprah Gal Winfrey, from Hattie Mae's pig farm in Mississippi to the pinnacle of wealth, power and success in American television, is a journey we must all admire. In looking for the secret to her achievement, too many observers focus on her poise or brashness or honesty. The secret is much more complex, as is Oprah herself, or Oprah. There is an inner strength of spirit and a belief in self that is as astonishing as the outer trappings of her success. Oprah is more like to Maya Angelou, Dr. Dean Chopra, and Marianne Williamson than she is to Phil Donahue or Sally Jesse Raphael. I don't know who these people are. As always, Oprah says it best herself. I'm finally ready to own my own power, to say, alright, this is who I am. If you like it, you like it, and if you don't, you don't. So watch out, I'm going to fly. That's actually a nice quote, but I'm not really interested in reading about her biography or anything like that. This one, actually the bottom 3 are the ones that I found easier to give up, especially this one. Now this is Forsaken the Demon Trappers by Jana Oliver. I really just like this book. I think I gave it 2 stars. There was something about it that I was interested in, but I think from the very beginning I was like, yeah, I'm probably not going to carry on with this series. So this is, I don't know how many books are in it. It's got 3 on the back, but I'm pretty sure it's like a 6-7 book series. For some reason that's in my head. So this is Riley Blackthorn, kicking hell's arse one demon at a time. Riley has always wanted to be a demon trapper like her father, and she's already following in his footsteps as one of the best. But it's tough being the only girl in an all-guy world, especially when 3 of those guys start making her life more complicated. Simon, the angelic apprentice who has heaven on his side, Beck, the tough trapper who thinks he's God's gift, and Ori, the strikingly sexy stranger who keeps turning up to save her life. One thing's for sure, if she doesn't keep her wits about her, there'll be hell to pay. And this one says for older readers, so keep that in mind. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I got a good read sort of review on this, probably explaining why I didn't enjoy it as much. There's that. And then this one I really, I don't like to say hate, but I did quite hate it actually. And this is The Replacement by Brenna Yovanov. Every time there's something to do with like disliking a book, when I used to do tags a bit more frequently, I'd always include this one. And I think that's why I kept it around on my shelves for a while, just because I was like, oh, this book, it's just convenient to hold up. But I'm trying to get into the mindset now that I'm living in a flat, and obviously I've got a smaller space now, not to hold on to stuff that I dislike, just to show it in a video. I could easily insert a picture, which is what I do when I've got like ebooks to talk about and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to try and do that. Watch me now in like a couple of months time saying, yeah, I've still got this book, I really don't like it, but here it is, you know what I mean? Anyway, so this one says, now this really interested me at the time and I was really excited to read it, but I was so disappointed by it. So Mackie Doyle is the replacement. Though he lives in the small town of Gentry, Mackie comes from a world of tunnels and black murky water, a world of living dead girls ruled by a little tattooed princess. He is a replacement left in the crib of a human baby 16 years ago. Now, because of fatal allergies to iron, blood and consecrated ground, Mackie is slowly dying in the human world. Mackie would give anything to live among us, to practice on his bass guitar or spend time with an oddly intriguing girl called Tate. But when Tate's baby sister goes missing, Mackie is drawn irrevocably into the underworld of Gentry, known as Mayhem. He must face the dark creatures of the slag heaps and find his rightful place in our world or theirs. I think that was around the time when I was like into learning more about urban fantasy and like shapeshifters and vampires and stuff like that. And speaking of vampires, How to Be a Vampire by Amy Gray. I remember I got this in like the works years and years ago. It says How to Be a Vampire, a fangs-on guide for the newly undead. Again, obsessed with vampires one day, back in the day. Discover the secrets of immortals, from how to be turned to how to feel eternity, including breaking the news to your family, etiquette for the newly undead, do's and don'ts of dating a mortal, star tips to die for, escape mortality, embrace the darkness, become a vampire. It's one of those sort of gimmicky books that sort of feed off of the fad of, you know, for example, vampirism. Realised I had a little sheet in here to say what kind of vampire I was. But it's got like the dress code. It's one of those cute little books, honestly. It was fun to read. Places to visit now that you're undead, that sort of stuff. What else have they got? The hunt is on, how to feed. Like, it's kind of weird. I've got lots of little sheets in here actually that tells me what kind of vampire I am. Could probably read those out, but honestly, nah. So apparently, in terms of style, I was a modern vampire, but also a basement vampire. My vampire persona was a family type. And how deep is your undead knowledge? Apparently I was a vampire master, allegedly. So yeah, those are the books that I am getting rid of so far. And just to quickly brief through the CDs, I don't really play CDs nowadays. I'm trying to get rid of my like hoarding sensibilities. But these are the ones I thought are a bit easier to get rid of. So I've got Lily Allen's It's Not Me, It's You. That's the back. I've got Neo, Years of the Gentleman. It's like some music that I don't listen to. Like, I still like Lily Allen and some of the music here, but I just don't YouTube everything nowadays. Even like Spotify, things like that, streaming, stuff like that. Katy Perry, One of the Boys. I do find myself constantly singing the songs from this album. But I don't need it. I do love it though, it's very cute too. R&B Love Collection 2008. I have quite a lot of these collections. I think at the time, even though I got these when I was like, maybe like between 12 and, no, maybe younger, between 10 and 15 perhaps, it reminded me of when I was much younger and I was listening to the music during summers, like when I was like a child. and those R&B classics would just come on, and it just, I think that's why I kept asking for those collections. It's got like let's see, I'm trying to think now, where are they? Icon, I used to listen to him a lot. Soulja Boy. Oh, this is a more recent one out of them. That these weren't the R&B tunes from like my childhood, but that's sort of the vibe. Like why I got some of these, like 40 laid back R&B anthems, chilled R&B. This one's got, oh, Anne-Marie, I like her. She's also a booktuber now, if you guys didn't know. The singer TLC, I loved TLC growing up. I still listen to playlists now. Just lots of that. There's Usher, Here I Stand. It's the back. The other side of the chilled R&B one is just blank. Miley Cyrus, Breakout. Like that. Leona Lewis, Spirit, the deluxe edition. I used to love Leona Lewis. Camp Rock, again a film I absolutely adored back in the day. Soundtrack. Jordan Sparks, I think this was just her debut. I don't know if she made any more albums before, but she's quite in with Disney as well, isn't she? And Taylor Swift, Fearless. I was going to start collecting all of her albums, which is strange because one of my really, really good friends is obsessed with Taylor Swift, so imagine if I had the full collection of that, then I would have bonded even more on that. But anyway, this part turned well long. It's going to definitely make the rest of the video very lengthy, so I'm going to have to speed up a bit now, so I'll see you in the next clip.
I can't wait to leave this town, cause lately I've been feeling down. The cold nights just don't feel the same. Oh, like my life inside a car. Hit the button, drive real far. Heard that record on me die.
You know, so rounding up now, I think that's probably going to be it for these clips. I feel like I'm going to add some more stuff, move stuff around on my bookshelves, and you know, as more boxes come back into the place, because I've got more books that I need to place back onto the correct stations. I will most likely do like either in a vlog, if I start doing a vlogish reading vlog things again, I'll include bookshelf tours, go into a little bit more detail and show you a little bit longer how everything's looking. So I won't fuss too much about clipping everything, just because that last clip was like well long. So yeah, that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I've missed the bookish stuff, I really have. It's just coughing my guts out. Yeah, fun times. I'll see you later. Hopefully I have got rid of this cold, but only time will tell. See you later. Bye. Thanks for watching.